Hello, everyone. You're listening to episode 7 of Financial Action Stories. Today, you're going to meet Denzel, a 36-year-old assistant director of academic support living in Arizona. We're going to discuss his financial priorities, how he's saving for retirement, and how he thinks it's all going to play out. So, Denzel, let's start with a forward-looking question. What does your dream retirement look like?
Oh, man. So for me, I would say a 55 to 58 age window is ideal retirement, maybe even upwards to 60. In terms of living, my wife and I appreciate the weather and outdoor opportunities where we currently live in Arizona. We love it here, so we'd probably continue living here. We would like to keep our traveling, though. That's something we keep pretty consistent, and that's one element that I want to stay consistent in retirement. So I'm looking forward to that.
Right. That's a great goal. Would you say you're on track to make that dream come true?
You know, I do feel confident in terms of hitting retirement at, age 61 or 62, but not with the amount of travel I want to do. So having 1 or 2 exotic trips a year is the goal, but I'm not confident in meeting my needs at 60 and doing what I want to do. So maybe an early retirement can happen, but I'd be doing probably next to nothing. So just with the financial outlook as it is right now. So I'd say there are certain elements I've started to cut back on, like entertainment, and I think I'm contributing a good amount to retirement based on my age. But with inflation rates and the value of the US dollar, the stock market, the economy, things like that, it's definitely an unknown. I have a 401k through my employer, and they do match up to 7.5%. So I'm currently contributing the max there. I also have a Roth IRA through the passing of my parents. For that account, I work with a financial advisor to invest in stocks, dividends, and other funds. And I'm much less versed in that area, so I definitely need to lean on that individual to have that money separate, which is helpful. Also, I just got rid of my old car, which was paid off. So I purchased a new one about a year ago, and I'm trying to aggressively pay it off quicker than the monthly payments. We also have a mortgage, and we're always saving for the next big vacation. As I mentioned, we love to travel. So besides retirement, another long-term financial goal is the potential purchase of a second home. It would be a bit of a rental and a vacation place for us, and I wish I could be saving more, though, to contribute to that. The challenging goals are the ones that are further out because I'm not thinking about them as much in the present day, I'd say. When I do tend to put money aside, it's more towards our immediate goals because I see the results quicker. It's a negative dynamic internally because that goal seems so far.
So when you think about the steps you've taken so far, how much, if at all, did advice from other people factor into your decisions?
Oh, great question. There are definitely individuals I've leaned on, older family members from either my side of the family or my wife's, but that's more just for random questions or advice as it relates to retirement. I've gone online a lot through different resources to use retirement calculators that actually help me see what my retirement number is and what it could look like, but I haven't really gone beyond that. I'd say I do need to involve the help of a financial planner at some point. It's definitely on my radar for the next couple of years. And from what I hear and what I've read, retirement is something you plan for now, not when you're about to actually retire. So I'd say I'm in the phase where I don't want it to be too late. I am fortunate that I have skin in the game and began savings a few years ago, but I won't be able to educate myself exclusively forever, as you know. So I might miss out on things that'll turn into money loss. Hopefully not, but possibly.
So speaking of which, what smart money moves do you think you've made? And alternatively, are there any that you would change if you could?
Oh, where to begin? Let's see. I'd say the best thing I've done is being able to pay off debt quickly. That's a priority for me, especially when it comes to credit cards, paying off debt related to loans or credit cards so that I've saved on the interest amounts has been big. And part of that comes down to me cutting back on things I like to do, like hobbies. It's a sacrifice, I'd say, but I play around a lot with those online calculators, as I mentioned. And if I see the money I'd save by paying something down now as opposed to 2 years from now, that speaks volumes to me and it motivates me. One thing I would change is early in my career, I lived at home with my parents for 2.5 years before getting my job here. And that allowed me to save a lot, which was great. But I kept all that money in a regular savings account with minimal interest. So transitioning to our high yield savings account and committing to freezing it for like probably 6 to 12 month window, I'd see a large difference in terms of the interest accrued, I'm sure. And I think that's something if I had known more at an earlier age, I would have done it, sooner. But by this point, I could have made a huge difference in terms of interest and overall savings. I also didn't take advantage of the full 401k match. If I was more aware of that and, what it meant and the benefits, I probably would have invested more time into doing that.
Right. Of course. Great. That's good advice. So research shows that people are living longer. Have you factored that into your plans at all?
I don't know if I've really considered it. It's a great question. I definitely value health and longevity. I try to eat clean and work out, I try to stay healthy. I'm hoping, maybe even expecting to live long, but I haven't really factored that in. So, I know with what studies are showing, that would have me put a little pause on my early retirement confidence. I think I'm more mentally basing my retirement off of an 85 to 87 range, I'd say.
Well, I'm sure you're not alone there. Denzel, thank you for sharing your story and perspective with us today.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. This was great.
Folks, episode 8 of Financial Action Stories is coming up, so come back to see us soon.